This is my first day actually playing with this keyboard, so I just want to put out a video answering as many questions as I could for my Reddit You Ask I Test. Other questions I'll be able to answer in other videos, like when I get my hands on a original Microkorg to compare the two. That's going to be a whole video. Doing a whole video on just the vocal processing and comparing that to things in Ableton, things in FL Studio, because that's the stuff I work with, and things like this TC Helicon vocal pedal, which can do a ton of stuff. A lot of this similar stuff to this here. This one is the limited edition black one that comes with metal pitch and mod knobs and a metal big knob here. It would normally be plastic. And it comes with this carrying case. I like this thing. It's not going to protect the keyboard from a drop so much, but makes it easier to carry it around and throw it in a trunk.
Can you make it go SKREEOOWWMM?
Turn up resonance. And if that's not what you meant, let's go. Let's go half resonance. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Doing a filter type sweep. It's just like a rumble that goes across. Like if you're in a car at night and all your power shuts off and a UFO flies overhead. Try higher pitch. That's a UFO. Alright. Can it squeal? Can it scream? I think so.
How does it react when you change patches while notes are playing or still in their release phase? Does it cut off the notes, change them in their current phase to the new sound, or wait to finish before making the change when you start new notes?
That just cut off, so. But maybe if I have arpeggiator on. Nope. It just ignores any note on that's going on. What if I'm actively playing? How much interruption is there? So if I'm going, So there's not much of an actual delay, but it just shuts off the incoming note. MIDI in is acting the same. If I'm playing a note, I change the patch, it's gone. So yeah, effects are cut off too.
What's looping like? Can you switch between patches? Can you double the length? Is it useful? Is it easy?
Changing patches doesn't affect the loop as long as you lock the tempo, because it's just an audio recording. Check out Loop Pop's channel. He does a good job on the looper section. I'll make a better video later on once I learn it all, going more in depth into the looper, because you can mess with the loop in cool ways. So far, the other people who have touched that are like, this is kind of neat. I wouldn't use it. I don't get it. Or whatever. They probably get it, but I'm going to go further into it and really see what I can do with the stutter part. If I try right now. That's a major problem. This is a cool feature they probably threw in, but they really need to do something like a tiny attack. Like the other YouTubers who have played with the record stutter settings, I don't know. That clipping is rough. I wish there was things like double speeding it without doing the tempo. I really like the Ableton basic looper. There's a lot of like half speed, double speed options in there. There's some little changes that can make it really cool and a really fun live performing tool, but not so much right now.
How is the filter stepping? On the OG, it was not terrible, but definitely noticeable.
That's changing based on the number. The stepping right now seems to simply be because it's giving a number 1 through or 0 through 127, and when it goes from number 50 to 51, there's a little step. So I need to learn how to route the LFO to the cutoff later, because this is just an initial unboxing, first touch, answering questions video. Figure it out.
Does it send patches as Sysex? Could someone make an editor, librarian for it?
I don't fully know Sysex, but this does not seem to have a Sysex dump. But what it does have, you plug it into the computer like it's a external drive, and then you can copy over the program file over, but that's probably going to be the everything on it, so you won't be able to move just single patches. When you load that into your Microkorg, it's going to change every pat. You won't be able to have your favorite patch and then add a pack from somebody else. You can back it up. You just copy your MK2PROG file onto your computer and then drag and drop it.
I managed to recreate a pretty convincing 303 patch with accents on the mod wheel on my OG. I wonder how that would sound on this one.
There's already a great video recreating a 303 acid bass. I guess they don't do the mod wheel thing, but check out that video in the description.
How noisy is the vocoder compared to the OG? Can you give us a rundown of the built-in waveforms? I.e., does the MK2 have the same PCM samples inside like the Korg? Do the DWGS waveforms of the MK2 match those of the Korg or MK1?
All right, let's go through all the one-shot samples, all the PCM samples, which doesn't have a grand piano, but maybe something can sound okay. Let's add reverb. I might not have answered that question good, but I can dive more into that once I've played with this thing more.
If you set the tempo to internal clock and connect it with a MIDI cable to other devices, can it function as a master and send a perfectly tight tempo? Will it send the tempo without initiating the arpeggiator or looper? And can you then tap a button to change that tempo? And is there a metronome option to hear the tempo? Thank you.
I have this set to internal tempo, going MIDI cable out here. This says MIDI in. And so even though nothing's hit play over here, it's sending it over here. I can start and stop. It's not activating arpeggiator over here or anything. And if I change tempo, how do I change tempo not on here? So tempo is in the ARP screen for some reason. So I'm going to try sending the drum brute through this and see what happens there. I'm plugging the output of the drum brute into the auxiliary in, which is what I should have done in the first place. Is the reverb affecting it? Oh yeah. So this auxiliary in went into the looper. That's my loop now. And if I change tempo, all right. I'm just playing around now.
Does it kickflip?
I have too many chords, so no, that's like a varial. Kickflip. It wasn't a, yeah, does it kickflip? It does. It kickflips. Oh, it also heel flips.
Serious question here. Is there a way to install guitar strap buttons? Pictured. The way to do this on the original MK was to unscrew the wood sides, and then add the studs where there previously was a screw holding the wood bit. I can't see if this is possible on the 2.
Right here, there is a side panel on it, and I feel like this screw right here, you could totally do the guitar strap on that screw right there, just like the original. It might not be a very big one, but I feel like You can bore that out if you need to. Probably take off this plate and drill through it and put something in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop off this side plate and look at it. Oh, that is not an Allen wrench. Where's a special star? So there's that screw. So this is a little metal side plate with a, brushed metal kind of texture. And this is the side. And if you could see, it goes into this plastic. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing important right inside there that you would hit if you went a little deeper. So yeah, there's a lot of... You could modify this. You could do a screw this size, though it's very, very thin, into there so you don't damage your controller, your keyboard. There is a lot of good options here for adding guitar straps.
Does it have the M1 sounds like the XL Plus?
No, it does not.
How big is the big knob?
1 and... Let's just say 1 1/8 inch wide knob. If I was going to 3D print, I would use my better tool for that. So I'm sorry, I'm not being accurate enough today. That tool is somewhere in a mess of tools over here. Does it do audio rate filter FM? I have to research what that means.
Does the C key work?
Yes, the C key works.
Can you stomp the synth until it breaks? I want to know how durable they are. Thinking face.
It feels durable. It feels good. I like it. I'm not gonna step on it.
What does it taste like?
Tastes like plastic.
How does the delay sound when you twist the delay time knob back and forth with a higher delay feedback? No BPM sync, creating that time shifting feedback sound. Does it feel and sound musical? Does it match up to how playable the delay time knob is on the original Microkorg?
BPM sync is off. Feedback is full. So the feedback is full right now. It's at a really nice sustained spot without going too nuts. A lot of feedbacks when you go this, it'll start going wow, even or making a lot of noise at this point. But let's go back to time. Again, we have that stepping simply because our resolution is only 127. I need to figure out LFO routing because hopefully an LFO has better resolution than 127, but maybe it doesn't. Try a different type. Let's try low res. Okay, so the low res with the full feedback does get nuts. Tape echo. Alright, I'm gonna go through these one by one. That's the stereo. Ping pong. echo. Pitch shift. Turning down the feedback a little. This is reverse and low res. That's playing with the delay. I really like it. I really like it. That's all the questions I can answer right now. I'm going to learn more about everything on it, how to route my LFO so I can see if I can do finer resolutions on certain things. I'm going to learn more about or experiment more with the looper. Try to get more fun things out of the stutter part of that. What I really want to see with the looper is, I want to see if I could take just this thing out busking and throw together songs like Marc Roublier with just this. And I'm going to get my hands on a original Microkorg and experiment with that. And also, I bought this thing just to compare the two. And I'm going to play around a lot with both of these and see which one of them I'm going to be getting rid of in the next month. Because I can't afford to hold on to both of them right now. This thing sounds amazing. But if this also sounds amazing and this just sounds a little better, but I like playing this more, then I'll stick with this. All right. More Microkorg 2 videos coming soon.